Jay, I think you're the guy to read this.
All right, I'll read it.
Jay, I think you're the host. I think you're the host, Jay. I'm just gonna nominate you as the main guy.
I'm the main guy.
I'm gonna tell you this. Nothing's happening without you just doing it.
This is true.
So this is just on
This is
me.
100%.
This is just 100% me. All right,
This is your show.
this is my show. You guys are just along for the ride here.
I barely showed up.
Yeah.
You barely showed up today. All right. Well, with that, hello and welcome to Uni-Versed, a semi-weekly podcast for sports fans who appreciate the team aesthetics as much as they do the winning record. We're here to rant and occasionally rave about the latest uniform and logo news of all major sports. Today, our main topics is the flood of new Minnesota uniform news and the past. Let me redo that sentence because we can redo it in post. Today, our main topic is the flood of new Minnesota uniforms news and in the past month, and we'll dive into some sports uniform history. This is Jay.
Andy.
And I'm Gary.
Andy, why don't you kick us off with a little bit of news?
Yeah, Andy.
All right. Hey, sure, guys. Before we get into our Minnesota uniform breakdown, let's talk about some more recent uniform news. This week, we've got the two Los Angeles hockey teams revealed some really sweet new sweaters, I guess. Is that the term for it, Gary?
They are sweaters. Yeah. And you do guess.
That's a stupid name.
Why? That's what they wore. They're sweaters. You know, it's a stupid name.
Yeah,
We're already off the rails. Kit. So let's not talk about stupid names for things.
It's a full kit, though. The shorts are part of it.
I'm just kidding. Keep going. Sorry. Ice hockey sweaters.
Okay, first we've got the sweaters. First we've got the Kings. They revealed a new design for their home and road unis. It's a more return to their classic design for them. Gary, please tell us how this is new and exciting, because I don't think it's new or exciting.
It's not new, really. I mean, it's exciting because they are going back to not really even their golden era, I guess. When Gretzky got traded, they went full on to match the Raiders, the silver and black. Looks good. The logo's good. It's nostalgic. It's way better than what they had. So it's upgrade. Big upgrade.
But it's not 1994 anymore, though. I don't love the look. It's looks like a Chevy logo for one thing, and the fonts are terrible. This is awful fonts. Awful fonts.
It's a real identity crisis, though, because they basically stole the Lakers font and tried to make it the Kings font, and then they stole the LA Raiders colors. So, but I don't know. I love
absolutely.
It. It looks good. It's when I was a kid. That's what the Kings should look like, and anything that's what nostalgia is going to do. I'm all in.
So this is a complete just nostalgic overhaul. There's no there's nothing new about this, is there, Gary? Like, are there any elements that are new, or is this like literally just a throwback?
No, it's not. The logo is I was about to say the logo is completely updated, but the font is slightly different, which I don't like it as much as the original logo from the early 90s, late 80s, but it's a little more softer, more rounded than the old logo, but the crown is a little updated, but it's a big upgrade from the crescent.
Well, the crown isn't the crown kind of the old crown from like the 70s, 60s? Isn't that what they're going for?
With those purple.
See, now those purple and golds, now those were some hot jerseys. If they want to go retro and nostalgic, that's what they went back to, is those colors, and get rid of this stupid Chevy crest thing they got going on.
I agree. If we were in charge, if the uniform fascist or whatever we're gonna call it,
hold on a second. Time out.
Time out.
Time out. Are you on a train?
It's a huge storm that just rolled in.
It sounds like you're recording this on a train car.
No, it sounds like a train car outside. Yes, I agree. They should not have switched from those colors.
I like the purple and gold.
I do too, but it's better than the black and purple that they had, like turn of the century-ish.
And I do like it. I do like it better than that previous logo with the big LA on the top.
Yes. It's all an upgrade. It's an upgrade over the crown is an upgrade over the pointy crown.
True. Yep.
I have a question, Gary.
Yes, sir.
And you may not know the answer to this, but
I will.
why do they have an ad on the black jersey but not on the white jersey?
I don't know. That might just be for the promo picks.
Who's the fun sponsor? What do they got?
It says Mercury Insurance, which is not an insurance company I've ever heard of.
Well,
no. Mercury Insurance. Well, great. I'm glad to see the sponsors are polluting every single sports team's uniforms these days. So that's good.
And it looks like the helmets have something too, like like a Blue California.
Ooh, Blue Shield. Yeah.
Blue Shield. In the NHL, like they have a helmet sponsor.
A lot of insurance.
They can have a sweater sponsor, but it's
so they're going with two insurance companies. Yeah. Oh, they've got Amex though.
They have an Amex on the white ones.
Okay, there you go. I don't know. That's
good for them.
Yeah, good. I don't know. I think it's a big upgrade.
What do we got next?
The Ducks. First, am I stepping on?
Yeah, don't worry. You don't need to step. Don't worry about stepping on any toes here. Let's go straight to those Ducks.
Yeah. Tell us where they went wrong, Gary.
Where they went wrong.
I got some opinions on this.
So is the colors. Hate the orange. Hate the gold. Hate it all. If they would have just gone with the maroon and teal 90s, they are a 90s team. This is the colors you came into the league with. Sorry, those are your colors.
Like this was back when Gordon Bombay played for him, and
Gordon Bombay was never played for the Ducks. He played for the Minnesota Waves.
He coached
the Minnesota Waves.
He coached them, Jay. Come on.
The Ducks. But
that's right. He's the coach.
But if they would have stuck with their 90s colors, work of art. I do like the drop shadow on the numbers, though. That I'm a fan.
That is nice.
That I'm a fan of. That's that is nice. That's about the only thing I like about the jerseys. The sweaters, sorry.
But the colors are hideous. And I also don't like the orange helmet. They should have a black helmet. It's kind of a trend in the NHL now to wear the same color helmet as the jersey, or wear a colored helmet with the white jerseys, which typically they would wear a white helmet. But I do like it when the Sharks do it because it's teal on teal. But this is a miss other than the logo update.
I don't hate them as much as you do. I kind of like the shade of orange that they picked. I don't know. I like it. I think there's a lot of it. I think
yes.
Like I think the white one hits way better than just the solid orange.
I like the white too.
Like
I'm with you there.
Like the white with the orange shoulders. I like that look. I think it looks sharp, but
there's enough contrast in that one to make it okay. The orange is just way too fucking orange.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
they should do a black helmet. I think.
Yeah, a black helmet would look that would really sharpen that up. I think. So my take, if you wanna hear it, which it's what we're here for, right?
Your take on the hockey jerseys.
Duck. It's great. That's what I'm here for, right? I'm the hockey guy.
You're the hockey
Isn't
guy,
that right?
real puckhead, this guy. This Andy Downs.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm cup crazy.
Jay's been cup crazy since 04. So this is right up his alley.
I could tell you all about that Stanley Cup. Did I hear like they threw it in the ocean? Like the Panthers won the cup and they threw it in the ocean, or was that just
they were in
someone being silly?
They took it to the beach and they were at it in the sea.
That's good. It's good for it. It won't rust, I'm sure.
You're right. Why would that rust? Metal and.
I mean, when they take it out of the big case, they wear white gloves and like they're just like, man, fuck it, let's just throw it in the ocean.
There is a picture. So there's the guy the keeper of the cup, like he is in charge of the Stanley Cup, but every member of the team, every executive gets their day with the cup after they win it. So Roberto Luongo, who was a goalie for the Panthers for a long time, he's now like assistant to the GM or something. So he took Roberto Luongo, very Italian fellow, took it to a pasta restaurant and ate pasta out of the cup. And in the background, you could see the keeper of the cup guy. I don't know his name. I should probably look that up, but he looks horrified. Absolutely horrified. But it's not as good as Phil Kessel.
As he should be.
Former Minnesota Golden Gopher Phil Kessel. When he won the cup with the Penguins, he took the cup golfing and he had that cup filled with hot dogs. Not like just raw dogging it, but just like in the bun, in the wrapper, eating hot dogs out of the cup.
Wait, so how many hot dogs can fit into the cup?
Great trivia question.
It's a great game.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with 12 bunned hot dogs.
And they had like a paper wrapper on them too, so take that into account.
Oh, okay. But can they be overflowing? Can they be like kind of piled up, or are we talking below the rim?
They're slightly over the rim.
Okay, well, if we can go over the rim and stack them, I'm gonna go with like 14,
these are
maybe.
Like broth. These are healthy dogs. These are like brats.
Oh,
They're
they're like, are they like a Nathan's or a Frank's? What do they call those things? A thick wiener. Yeah, well,
it appears to be 4 or 5.
Those must be some really thick wieners then.
It is a girthy, thick wiener on a plump bun.
He's just showing off.
I always thought that cup was bigger than that. I don't know. It's just me.
Well, these are big wieners, Jay.
I guess I haven't seen a wiener that big before.
Well, that's no surprise.
No. You don't look before you put them in your mouth, do you?
No, I don't.
Close your eyes.
Just close my eyes and put them in.
You are a vegetarian, so I guess they don't make those.
Yeah, he doesn't eat his meat.
They don't make those.
And do we have anything else to add about the Anaheim Ducks' new uniforms? Are they the Anaheim Ducks or the Los Angeles Ducks of Anaheim? Like, how do you say their name?
Changed it so many times, Jason. I think they're just the Anaheim Ducks.
If you guys wanted to know my opinion, which we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah, we never.
Opinion. I think it's stupid. That's all. I just think it's stupid.
Let's hear it.
I just think the mask is stupid. Wrong. I think the duck looks dumb. I don't like logo. It. It's not. It was cool in '96 or whenever the hell it was.
Yeah.
This is the same thing with the Kings thing. It's like, quit it. Just come up with something better and new.
No.
I don't like it.
A decision. They have to live.
It's too.
Their bed. They're going back to it. And good for them.
I like the duck foot or whatever the hell that thing is on the shoulder better.
You like the D foot logo more than you like
the D. No, I don't really.
You don't?
I don't really. No, not really. It's stupid too. It's they could just get a cool duck. Get a cool duck. Not a goalie duck mask, but a cool duck. Get a duck that's a nice mallard.
Is that the only duck you know, Andy?
Yeah, that's all I can think of. A pintail.
No.
A nice mallard.
I only know that one from crossword puzzle clues. So I got nothing.
What's their mascot's name? They have a mascot that has like the goalie mask and stuff. What do you know his name? Its name?
Donald.
Wild Wing.
Dipshit.
Wild Wing.
Wild Wing.
Wild Wing.
So
yeah, it's dipshit the duck, Andy.
Dipshit duck. Dipshit duck. Wild Wing.
Wild Wing. Right. That's
okay.
That's better than dipshit.
Yeah, like dipshit duck is way better, I think. Anyway, moving on. What do we got next?
What do we got next?
Those awful get-ups.
On those awful Ducks unis. Well, as you guys know, and as our legions and legions of fans know, we're Minnesota boys, and so we were really excited about all the Minnesota uniform talk and news that happened over the past few weeks. In fact, it's probably the reason we're here is because we had all this great news about Vikings and Twins and Gophers and potentially Wild. So we wanted to start a podcast so we can talk about uniforms and how much we love them and everything like that. So first thing, Gary, since you're our hockey guy, tell us about the rumor that is likely to not be true about the Wild and what their uniform news could have been, which would be cool if it was true.
Well, I'm going to pretend it's true until I hear otherwise because I just want it to be true.
Fake news you're spreading.
The truth, it's my truth. Anyway.
Alternative fact. Listen, give it to us.
I have immunity. I'm fine.
Yeah, it's true.
So, okay. Rumor came out that not the North Stars, the Minnesota Wild, were going to switch their color scheme to the Kelly green and gold at the start of next season. So the start of the 2025-2026 season. That was a white hot rumor online on social media. The Wild didn't quell it as quickly as you would have thought, but then they did say probably this is not true.
I mean, it was the same day. Like,
yeah, but it was they let me get excited, so not too fast there, my friends.
They couldn't squash it. They couldn't squash it before you could rapid fire in a text message to us and spread all that.
Too bad for them.
Nonsense.
They should have squashed it quicker. Now it's got to happen. Daddy's gonna be sad.
No, it's gotta happen.
It's got legs. It's got legs.
Daddy's gonna be sad if I don't see it. So yeah.
So they have uniforms that are this color right now, right? It's just like an
alternate that they wear. It doesn't. It's just the green, the Kelly green and gold and white. I personally like it when they added in the late 80s. They added a little black to it. That's Daddy's favorite. It's the jersey I'm wearing right now. I wish they would go back to it and then just say, you know what, fuck it. We're going to be the North Stars again. And it's fine. And we'll pretend the Wild never happened.
So I got a little, just one comment down there, and I'm not going to go into the thing about how much we all hate the name The Wild, but
future episode.
Yeah, and this is probably another future segment and episode as well. But the when you said the green and gold there, when I look at those North Stars colors, they are not green and gold, my friend. That is green and yellow as it gets. Look at the picture we're looking at right now. That's
I know you're new to this.
That's a banana yellow.
That's not banana yellow. I know you're new to this, Andy. But
new to what?
Sports colors, yellow. That shade of yellow, and not in that picture that you see, because you're looking at it on someone else's computer screen there. That is gold. We call that gold. If you want, there's also Vegas gold, which you like the shiny, like the Saints. That's Vegas gold. That's fine. That is Vegas gold, not gold.
Yes, that's gold.
Jay,
that's gold,
not to
baby.
get too far off topic. Jason, your favorite NFL team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. What are their colors?
They're black and yellow.
That is not. It is gold, Jason. Black and gold.
No, see?
Just because
wow, you just got slapped there, Gary. No, right. They're yellow too.
I'm just trying to get you going, Gary.
Completely false.
They are fucking black and yellow. Bumblebee. I've never heard of Bumblebee described as black and gold.
Because a Bumblebee isn't a sports uniform.
What about those Bumblebee uniforms they've got?
That's a Bumblebee uniform, sure. That's
black and gold. And it's named after Bumblebee, which is black and yellow.
So another thing too is like yellow is associated with cowardice, and so a lot of like sports uniforms when it is yellow, it is often called gold for that reason.
What are the Pirates? The Pittsburgh Pirates.
I mean,
so the city of Pittsburgh. You go ahead, Jay.
I was just gonna say the city of Pittsburgh. All of their uniforms are the exact same color.
It's the same
which is cool, and it's yellow,
gold,
and black.
Which I think is a really cool concept. Like I wish more cities are like, hey, all of our sports teams we're unified or in the same color scheme.
Agreed.
It's kind of a cool idea, but
100%.
Do you know what?
We can explore that
some
other day.
Okay, so the Pantone of the Steelers.
What's the name of it, baby? What's the name?
Steelers gold.
Yeah, give it to me.
Steelers gold, not Steelers yellow.
Okay, good. That's great. Good for them.
It's good.
I could come up with a Pantone color tomorrow or tonight. I could come up with Pantone color, name whatever the hell I want to name.
Whatever you want to do, but I'm
gonna come up with Dick Vein Blue. How about that?
I want you to send us the Pantone Dick Vein Blue, Andy, so we know what color you're thinking of in your brain right now.
What's that machine? What's that machine they stick? What's that machine where you stick a sample of something in it and then they scan it and they're like, oh, we can give you this paint.
Spectrophotometer.
Okay, throw your cock in one of those and we'll get that.
I'm gonna
pumping. Yep.
They don't make one big enough.
All right.
I don't even know if it would fit in the Stanley Cup.
How many of your wieners would fit in the Stanley Cup? 4 with buns?
I don't know.
With buns.
With buns. I don't know, it's a good one.
Anything else on those wild rumors?
No, it's probably not true, but I want it to be true.
They are wild.
Probably not true.
I love the North Stars.
Yeah, I think that we're all on the same page.
Jerseys, the uniforms. We all love the North Stars. Yeah, bring them back.
All right. Next on our list, Vikings unveiled a new alt uniform. It is a all white. Even the letters are a form of white. They're kind of a silvery white. So it is a complete whiteout. They're calling it the Winter Warrior set. Or is it a kit, Andy? Is that what you call a football uniform? Or
well, it's what you do call a football uniform. Yeah, these American football uniforms, though. These are hot. These are real hot. I like these a lot.
You like these, Andy? Why don't you describe them for us here?
They are beautiful. They are what the Vikings should have all season long. These should be the new ones. They got a white helmet. They're going away from the purple. Gary, what's that Pantone on the Vikings purple? What would you call that?
Throbbing cock purple, probably.
Okay, got it. All right. So they went away from that. Got a nice clean white with a silver stripe down the middle, which I don't. I know Gary's not a fan of that. But then we got just a white uniform, white pants. We've got the purple number. We've got a little bit of silver trim around the number, and it even the trim is nice because it's even got little icicles hanging off the bottom of it in the silver, which is really cool. Thoughts?
Quick update: the Pantone is PMS 268C. It's just Vikings purple. Minnesota Vikings purple.
Is it free to name?
It's free to name. Vikings purple, I think.
Damn it!
You commented on the helmet stripe. I don't hate it as much as I first did. Because I get it, they're trying to break it up a little bit, but also Vikings don't need a helmet stripe. Let me see what it looks like.
Absolutely not.
That's my only gripe. I love the font for the numbers. That's a change from their typical uniforms. Typically they have,
but it's not a drastic change.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a drastic change because they do have those little
it's
speed lines or whatever you call them on
any double digit uniform. So it's on the original, or not the original, but the uniforms that they typically wear. That first number in the double digit is supposed to look like a sail of a Viking ship. They kind of eliminated that and just kind of put it more icicle-y, I guess, for the Winter Warrior theme. So
I mean, that's what they're calling it. They're calling them icy numbers is what they have on their official press release.
See, you would have thought I read.
So this is kind of like a reverse color rush deal if you think about it.
Yeah, and a lot of times I don't like it when the color rush unis or whatever, what other teams have done this where they're all white like this, and I just don't think that it works for a lot of teams, but it makes sense for the Vikings and for a Minnesota team to be all white like this, the Bold North, having a blizzard at US Bank Stadium and everyone's wearing white. I think that makes more sense than the Miami Heat are playing and everyone's wearing white. It's a whiteout. Okay, how is that? It looks cool in the stands, but it thematically from a location perspective doesn't make sense to me. But I think it makes a lot of sense in Minnesota.
I agree. And the Vikings did
agree
with this idea last year, where they did wear the all whites with their regular all whites with the regular normal helmets, but they did the field logo was just white and purple, end zones were white with the purple script. So it looks good. It looks clean.
I think something that is a theme that we're always going to keep touching on, because I'm kind of nuts about it here, clearly, is the gold or yellow or lack thereof in this, and which has been replaced by silver as the kind of a secondary color. I think it looks fantastic, and like I said before, I think they should be the Vikings standard colors. I like the idea of replacing the gold or yellow with silver here. I think it would be cool to see that on the purple uniforms too, the home jerseys. I'd say give me a purple home uniform with white numbers and silver trim. I want to see what that looks like.
So you're proposing the Vikings just completely abandon gold and go with silver?
Fight me, do it.
I'm not going to fight you about it. I just don't think that would look particularly good on a regular basis. I mean, to me, this is a good alt, but I don't think that it should be or could be their every Sunday, uniform.
I'm over the yellow. I'm done with it.
You're all anti-yellow here today, but
or give me some real gold then.
That's
so you want like the Saints gold on this? Are you insane?
No. Jonah, listen to me.
What Jay?
Listen to me for a second. No.
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Can you believe it?
Yep.
That's ick.
What?
Yep. I was messing in Photoshop the other day because I wanted to see what it would look like, and it's beautiful. I don't know. I didn't save anything, but those new uniforms.
It was so beautiful. It wasn't even worth saving.
Yeah. When they release pictures of those new helmets, the new alternate helmets they got, I mean, that should be what we have right there. It's awesome. That gold with that purple would right there. That's what it should be.
Some purple pride, were you?
I did have a little purple pride over it, yeah.
Sure. But
yeah,
the thing with the Vikings uniforms, though, too, like you want to get rid of the gold. There's it's so subtle on the uniforms downs. It's just right.
It's just not gold. It bothers me.
I just like wear those. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of Google earpieces that will switch whenever you hear someone say gold. Yellow.
Like a like a universal translator in Star Trek.
Or let's hit up what's his face and get you a Neuralink chip and
oh yeah,
don't have to worry about it.
I'd like a Neuralink. Let's see what happens.
Andy, is literally your only problem with it is what people call it?
It's a big problem. I think I have a big problem with that.
That's the main issue is like it's what people call the color. It's not the color itself.
It's probably the principle of it. Yeah, mainly.
This is
it's like it's probably like 70% that and like 30% that I just would prefer to see an actual like gold. Like I like I don't want to see I don't want to see that reflective, shiny, glossy gold like the Gophers had, I want to see like the Saints gold, or as Gary said earlier, the Vegas gold, or even like even more of a bronzy gold. I wouldn't mind.
But that's a different color.
Brass. Give me purple and brass.
Brass.
Purple. Yeah, because that really rolls off the tongue like purple and brass.
Yeah, purple and brass. Yeah. That's right.
Anything else on these Vikings unis?
They're great.
I need to see them on the field, though.
Letter grade. What are we going to give these uniforms letter grade wise?
I'm going to give them. They're getting a straight A from me.
A. Like nothing's better.
A. No. You can get an A plus. No. You can get an A plus, but yeah, Fonzie's giving them an A.
Right. I gotta say, I'll give them a B plus. I like them. I think, like I said, I think it makes sense as Minnesota. I don't like as Gary pointed out, I don't like the stripe down the middle of the helmet. I don't think it's necessary. I think remove that, you're moving into A territory. But overall, I think it's a good effort, and I'm excited to see him on the field, because all we've seen so far is promo pictures, and I'm curious to see like what they actually look like. I'm glad that they didn't opt for like silver letters, so it's like impossible to see anything in there.
God, that'd be bad. Refereeing nightmare.
Yeah. A minus.
A minus.
The helmet stripe is really my biggest gripe. I'm curious to see. I'm sure Nike went through everything, but I'm very curious of what it would have looked like with a shiny purple face mask.
But that could be all right.
Yeah. I mean, this promo picture with Justin Jefferson here looks like he's got like a purple face shield, which I think is kind of a cool look.
Yeah, it's an A minus to me. Their throwback from last season, that's an A. That should be their permanent home jersey.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of that. I think that one looks great. It was refreshing to see.
Yeah, I like
after so many years where it looked like this, we had the same jersey for so long, and I remember being a kid and being like, okay, this is annoying. It was back when the Broncos got their new uniforms in like 96, 97 or something, and I was like, God, the Vikings got these boring asshole ones with these boxy square letters. Like, we're always have the same shit, and I wanted something cooler. And then when we got it, it was like, oh, this is cool for a little bit, and now I'm like, okay, the throwbacks are those are the ones.
I love a block letter for the numbers. Can't go wrong.
But these look great though. I mean, see, you can have, you can do great with both. I was just gonna say, what do you think it would look like with that silver stripe instead of being just a solid rectangle stripe that goes all the way front to back? What if you had a kind of a started off wide in the middle, like and it kind of tapers to the back a little bit, like a spike?
Don't like those.
Would that be not cool?
Why?
Don't like it.
I don't know. I'm just saying, could it look better?
No.
I mean, if it's there,
I don't think so. I think that would make it worse.
Yeah, if it was like just the silver, like Viking braid, maybe.
What about that fucking curly Q thing they got in the back of the neck of the jerseys? What if they put that in the, made that look nice and put it down the center of the helmet?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah.
It'd probably look obnoxious, but
it'd be subtle enough. I don't know.
I think they're going to sell a lot of these.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Definitely.
And I used to be, that Adrian Peterson area Vikings jerseys, which are hideous. I liked the white
Yeah, those are bad.
Because they had the huge side panel. But white jerseys are just a nightmare.
God. You can't wear them to a game.
That thing is getting filthy.
A lot of people will buy them, and I'd be willing to bet us and our friends will probably buy several from China. So that'll be great.
We'll take a picture when we tailgate. We'll take a picture of everybody in it before the tailgate.
Yeah.
And then coming out of that, it's going to be a mess. But good for them. I'll take one.
Yeah. They'll be white, purple, and yellow again.
There we go.
Mustard. That's what the colors. I'd be fine with a purple and mustard.
Could we just call it mustard and you're fine with it? And you're
good? I probably like it a lot better. Yeah, purple and mustard. It's just more. It just it works better.
Great.
It helps my eyes. All right. What do we got next, Jason?
Next, we have the Twins City Connect uniforms. And these, I think we are benefiting right now from, we're recording this, 2-3 weeks after they've been announced and have been out in the world. And
digest them.
We've had time to digest them because I think the initial reaction was harsh on them, but I do think over time, people's attitudes toward them have changed. But I think also change is hard for people. They don't like when things change, especially this drastically with their favorite team. And when the immediate reaction was I can't believe the Twins are changing their colors from blue and red to blue and yellow. Oh my God, are we the Brewers now? I think for one, I think people are idiots and they don't understand what the City Connect program is or what its purpose is. And I also just think people don't like when something changes and they're just upset about it.
Well,
for sure.
Well, Jay, let's talk about that. What is the deal with the City Connect? Can you explain?
Yeah, so
to all our fans who don't know.
So Major League Baseball, I don't know, it was 2-3 years ago. They started coming out with these City Connect uniforms, which are the idea behind them is that every team has a uniform that is somehow tied to the city, or in the Twins' case, the state that they live in, and trying to use some elements from the city's culture or the city's attitude or whatever to bring that to the uniform. So for example, the Colorado Rockies, their uniforms, they look like the Colorado license plate, which is kind of cool, but also kind of stupid. But so the Twins, they're one of the last teams to actually get a City Connect uniform. I think they are the last, because I doubt that the Oakland Athletics will get one, because what a slap in the fucking face that would be to the city of Oakland if we're hey, we're going to have these Oakland City Connect uniforms. And then, by the way, we're leaving. So they're probably not going to do one in Oakland, and New York Yankees also do not have one.
What if they do Sacramento for 1 year?
Because they're too good.
Sacramento for 1 year, Sacramento City Connect. Or if their City Connect is somehow tied to Las Vegas, so they're just fuck it.
Man. And what's the deal with the Yankees? They're just too cool.
Yeah,
They're too good for
I
this program.
I think that the Yankees never will have one. I think they're just like, we're fine wearing.
Their uniforms are too historic, and they don't want
We've
to mess
not
with that, or what?
changed our uniforms since the time of Lou Gehrig, and I don't think that we're going to ever. So I think that's probably what their attitude is, and they're not going to participate in it. But every other team in the Major League Baseball has them, except for those two teams. The Los Angeles Dodgers have two because their first one was incredibly boring. It was just their regular uniform that it just said Los Dodgers on it instead of Dodgers.
Well, you know who else needs a second one is St. Louis. Those are fucking terrible. It looks like they just added another cardinal onto the bat.
They say the Lou on them. They don't say.
Yeah, cool. So they're a fucking toilet. Those uniforms are the toilet of the City Connect program.
Well, we can another episode. We can break down all of the City Connects because I think that would be a fun fun full episode is go through all 28 of them and kind of break them down.
We should make sure that Downs doesn't lay an eye on them, and then we reveal them.
Oh, that would be so good.
I mean,
you just
sure
like he's never
I've only looked
them.
at a few. I was gonna say though, didn't the NBA kind of do something like this over the past few years too?
And I think they're like kind of on their second or third round.
Those are obnoxious. Those are
the NBA has like the standard home and away, and then they have like the legacy jerseys, and they have another one. So they have like at least four, and two of them are just the wacky nonsense jerseys. But anyway, none of this. If you're a basketball fan listening to this, you're in the wrong place. So
we need to get a basketball guy because I'm the baseball guy. Gary's the hockey guy. Somehow Andy is the soccer guy.
I don't know. I'm not really even. We could get Milaro on here to talk about. He likes to buy jerseys.
That microphone will never get out of
here. Yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about how these Twins uniforms look, how they're different from what we're used to. You know, we've got typically navy blue and red. I don't know what the Pantone is officially on that, but Minnesota Twins blue and Minnesota Twins red, probably something real original.
Well, actually, when these came out, just describing what we're looking at is we have the blue uniform. It's a much lighter blue than a typical Twins navy blue.
More like a royal blue, maybe.
Yeah, close to like what your Kansas City Royals have in terms of what their blue is, and then there is accents of yellow or gold or whatever you want to call it. This is more of a yellow, I think, Gary. Banana yellow.
Yeah. I agree. Or it's not mustard.
It's not mustard. No.
Does it have a name?
But I don't know that they'd actually give it a name.
Because I feel like they give them these weird names. Like the example, Minnesota Wild, their red is Iron Range Red.
Iron Range Red.
They really got to play it.
Oh, good for them.
See, they call them yellow. They call them yellow in this article here. So,
an azure is that how you say azure blue hue?
Azure blue hue from head to toe.
Azure,
punctuated by yellow belts and brims. But when these came out, people were up in arms that they changed their colors from navy blue and red, and when I first heard that, I was like, okay, that's interesting because the main thing that I heard from people is like, now we have Brewers colors, and the Twins have the least unique colors in all of Major League Baseball. There are like 8 teams that have navy blue and red and the exact same Pantone, navy blue and red. The Cleveland Guardians, same 2 colors. The Washington Nationals, same 2 colors. The Boston Red Sox, same 2 colors. We already are the least unique team in terms of color choice there is. So like people just have comfort in that as 2 baseball colors, I think. And so like when these came out, people were really like, oh my gosh, this is too out of the normal and out of the ordinary for me to completely understand what's going on with them. So, but yeah, that's just my thing on the colors. I do really like the colors that they chose. I think that they really hit. I know I heard from some people that they wish that it wasn't yellow, that they wish it was green. But I think that
cool.
I think they say that because I think what they really wanted was like a Minnesota Timberwolves like / Minnesota Twins uniform or something. But I do like what they did with them.
Yeah, just talk about the ripple effect, what they're calling that in the uniform.
Yeah, the ripple effect is what, like it's all over all the advertising for it. And it's because the uniform itself, the jersey has these lines and ripples throughout it to kind of give it like kind of a watery type feel. So it's not a solid blue. There's like different hues of blue that kind of ripple throughout the whole uniform. I think it looks better up close than it does like far away. Like, cause I think you lose some of that far away. It just kind of looks splotchy or whatever farther away, but it certainly stands out, and I applaud the effort. Because I think it, part of the thing with City Connects is like trying to break the mold and try to do something different and new. Like, like I heard a lot of people say like, oh, these are like beer league softball uniforms, and that's kind of the point. Like they're supposed to be like goofy and like not your typical Major League Baseball uniform, because like Major League Baseball uniforms are kind of stuffy and like traditional and everything like that, and I like that. I think that that's cool and looks good for most of the games as you're playing them, but like mixing it up with something like this I think is great. My one complaint is so on the hat, I really like the hat design, except so the hat is, it's got the blue top, yellow brim, which I love the off color brim on the hat. I love the logo, which is the state of Minnesota with like a Northern Lights type of motif on it with a star where Minneapolis is. And on the right side panel of the hat in gigantic letters, it says 10,000 Lakes. And it just totally kills it. Yeah. Totally kills like the hat for me. Like take that off and I would buy 10 of those hats.
Yeah.
But
that is awesome without that. Yeah, that's stupid.
That cap logo is great.
Cap logo is great.
It is. I don't love the size of the Minnesota logo on the chest of the uniform. I think it's a bit large, but that logo is on the hat is really cool.
Yeah, that MN logo. So like the logo that they chose for the uniform itself, for the jersey, MN, with the kind of the star above it. That like 4-pointed star like that the Steelers have on their
North Star. Yeah,
we call that a hypercycloid.
A hypercycloid. Ooh,
wow!
Listen to you, Gary.
I don't know if that's right.
So with the hypercycloid, I think that's a really nice logo. I disagree, Andy. I don't think it's too big. If it's any smaller, you're not going to see it.
I don't know. It just sticks out like a sore thumb, kind of. I was just looking. Maybe I was looking at it too much. I don't know. I don't love it. It's fine.
You don't love the uniform.
I like the jersey as a whole.
Or that logo.
I do like it. It's just that it's fine. I like the uniform as a whole. I really like.
Yeah.
It's good.
I also like that. I also like the hat has under the brim has Lake Minnetonka underneath there. I think that's a cool ad.
It's a cool touch.
It's a cool touch, and like I think hats are like MLB hats are like the one piece of on-field apparel that people like wear every day.
Yeah.
Right. I wear a Minnesota Twins or St. Paul Saints like official on-field cap like every single day that I am alive. And so like I think having that sort of detail on it is really cool, even though you don't really see it on the field. It is something like if you were to buy the hat, you're like, oh, I have this thing that I can, it just kind of connects you to the team and everything like that. I think is kind of a cool little ad.
You know what they should do, Jay, would increase sales is put a different lake, a topographical lake map on the brim. You could customize and get your whatever lake you want. You got to collect them all.
You can get Lake 14 on there.
Lake Minnetonka is obviously the most well-known outside of Minnesota due to Prince and the name and whatever. But all I could think about is when that one summer when they had to pump sewage into Lake Minnetonka, and it's so gross to me.
That is like kind of part of their advertising too. Like it's it is a nod to Prince, like as the most famous Minnesotan. I guess we got to have some sort of nod to him. And speaking of that, I was really afraid, like as the lead up to the announcement, like I was like, we're gonna get a purple Twins jersey here, and it's
I thought we were gonna see like the Timberwolves Prince, which I like, but it's been done.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves did it great. It looked great, but we don't need that for baseball.
A couple other elements here we haven't talked about. So they're on the sleeve. There is it's apparently a loon patch.
Fuck. That is the least looking loon I've ever seen. It looks more like a fucking diving hummingbird.
Yeah, it's so like it's like I think this is a base. It's like a baseball, like as the head, and like it's got the what's this star called, Gary?
Hypochondriac, whatever.
A hypocycloid.
Hypocycloid as the beak. I think it's
we call it. Who's we here?
Everyone calls it that.
The math and science community.
Oh, we, yeah.
The math and science community.
Yeah, that is part of you're definitely part of that community.
Yeah.
You're part of the math and science community.
Yeah,
you've been a scientist for like a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, of sorts.
And then the other element that they have in the uniform is blue pants. Kind of head to toe in blue. That's another part that kind of takes away.
It's a lot
to me.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of.
But you can't do yellow pants though.
Right. That's a miss. But to be fair, on field it doesn't look so bad. It looks good.
It does. You're right. I watched highlights of the games because you can't get Bally Sports anywhere. But
get it up here, baby.
I agree. I think the blue pants look better, I guess, at full speed than they do like in pictures.
What do we think about this yellow belt stuff?
Love it. I love the yellow in this uniform.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blue.
What if they were white?
Blue and yellow is a top tier uniform combination in my opinion.
I agree.
Which apparently Nike and MLB agree on because there's so many blue and yellow City Connects.
Yeah.
So
it's underutilized, I think, and that's part of the reason that it's a good scheme for these City Connects is like, clearly we're not going to use navy and red because that's what half Major League Baseball already is wearing. Mm-hmm. So let's mix it up. Let's do something different. And blue and yellow is the way to go, I think, there. Letter grades. Andy, what do you give it?
I'm going to go with B+.
B+. Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
It's a solid uniform. I like the color scheme. I think the ripple effect is cool. It's unique. It stands out. It's different from what other people are doing. That hat though, the hat is cool. It's just that 10,000 lakes is stupid and too big on the side. And if they were really going to do it right, they would have put 11,842 lakes. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, because that really rolls off the tongue.
It does. Either way, I think the hat was is the only miss really for me, but otherwise it looks great.
Gary?
Yeah, points deducted for the 10,000 lakes on the cap. We don't need that. One thing I do really like, very subtle. It's in the loon logo. It's on the sleeve stripe. The little subtle pink, So very much like that. As a City Connect, I think it's one of the better City Connects. It's probably top 5 City Connect.
Yeah.
As a baseball uniform, B. It's not great. I don't want to look at it every day.
Do you got a picture of what the numbers look like, Jay?
Ooh.
Can you pull up do we know what they look like at all?
Yeah.
I didn't see them.
It's a different font it's hard to not be an upgrade over the uniform numbers that the Twins currently have, which when they switched to these new uniforms, their standard uniforms, that was a huge.
Were you typing on a typewriter, Jay?
Yeah, he's got his typewriter.
Holy shit, that's loud.
just like the way the keys. So yeah, that's what those numbers look like. I think it's an upgrade compared to what they have on their standard uniforms, which isn't.
I don't know. I like the standard uniform numbers.
No, you're wrong.
I don't love them. No, I don't. I don't love those.
Again, give me a block. I mean, for these uniforms, these work, but
yeah.
Block
I give it a B-. I think there's two things. I mentioned them before. The hat logo kills it for me, but also the blue pants. I heard or read somewhere that next year when they wear these, they're going to probably go with white pants. I'm interested to see what that looks like. That might bump it up a little bit, but I still think, even though we said like live it looks a little bit better, I think blue pants with the blue uniform, I just don't. It's not for me. I just don't like it.
Okay. What did you say? What was it?
B-, because overall, like I like the design. I like the logos. I like the ripple effect. I love the hat logo, the front one, the side one, not so much. But overall, big picture, B-.
Okay, B-. Going B+. What did Gary say?
B. I give it a B.
You give it a B.
It's a B.
Okay.
Great color. I mean,
all right. Well, overall,
it's a good City Connect. It's just, it's fine.
All right. Well, we have one more to go through. We have Gophers unveiled some new football uniforms for the upcoming season.
I hope you guys like gold talk. A lot of gold talk.
So this is very gold. Some of them are anyway. So they are classic Gopher colors, maroon, gold, white color scheme. Kind of, I think of it as mix and match, like choose your own adventure for these uniforms, because I think they have a yellow jersey, they have a yellow pants, they have a yellow helmet. Same with maroon, that you could go all maroon from head to toe. Each of the three elements of the uniform, the helmet, the jersey, and the pants, they have a maroon, they have a yellow, they have a white. I like that. I think college uniforms do that very well, and I like the way that you can mix and match these uniforms. I like the colors. I like the block numbers that they used on these. Overall, I think it's a nice, crisp look that they have here.
Yeah, it's a solid triple color blocking scheme where like you said, you can mix and match them. I think it'd be cool to see. You can go rip it all yellow if you want. Go however you want. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but they do look sharp.
You can row that boat any way you want.
You sure can. Whatever they want to do, it's up to them.
Whatever you want to do, it's up to them.
I'm a big fan. The biggest change is the shoulder sleeve stripes, which they did not have last year, and the pant leg stripes. But
it's old school looking.
Other than that, they're
they do really have an old school look to them.
Yeah. But they still put the modern numbers that they've used for the last decade or so.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
A little
which are block numbers, but
there's a little
bit of tweak to them. Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Nice.
I've been undecided since PJ Fleck changed that helmet stripe to, like, it's supposed to look like wood, like an oar for rowing the boat. And it's been that way for years. I'm like, it's fine. It's not as bad when they actually had like an oar going backwards. And like the paddle at the back of the helmet, that looked hideous.
The paddle at the back of the helmet isn't there anymore. They've removed that.
But yeah, it's good, clean, big
numbers.
Just wood. So
it's just wood. I do like the state, the Minnesota outline on the back above the name. Right below on the neck. I think that's cool.
Do they all say Minnesota on the back like that, or do they have, like their? No, I'm genuinely curious.
Oh, really?
Because I can see that, like PJ Fleck being like, no, we don't put the name of you on the back. We put the school's name on the back.
That's
or something
what they used
to
do when they would wear the gold uniforms. They would only say Minnesota across the shoulders back in the day. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think it's going to be player names, but I'd be curious to see when they wear the gold ones if they say Minnesota.
So what's your each of you? What's your favorite color combo that you can mix and match here? What do you want to see?
Gosh, I like them all. I think my favorite, and I don't think this is what it was when I first looked at them. I think my favorite is maroon helmet, gold jersey, maroon pants. I like that one. I don't know.
I
It's
like that.
different. I also really like. I don't know. They're all good. That's might be my favorite right now.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I'm with you. I think that's good. I'm also a fan of the gold helmet, white jersey, maroon pant. That setup is pretty slick too. I mean, they're all fucking good. Even the yellow helmet with the maroon and yellow pants looks great.
I was gonna say, I
mean,
think that one might be my favorite. The yellow helmet,
they're
yellow
all home
pants, or gold and gold, and maroon jersey. So one thing we haven't talked about yet is something I pointed out when we first saw these setups. All of the promo pictures, and I don't know if this is going to change like for the real like on game day, but like the socks they are wearing are like straight off the rack from Kohl's. Like they are just
Awful.
like plain like
Dad's mowing the
crew
lawn.
socks
Crew
with a Nike
socks.
swoosh on them. Like they're the socks that these like players were wearing like in their regular like their workout socks, and they're just like, oh, we don't have socks yet.
They bought
They're the team issue sweat
they got a
socks.
12-pack from
Yeah.
Kohl's. Yeah. They pull up to just below the calf.
Yeah.
It's so weird
It looks
because like in the promo pictures, there is just a picture zoomed in on these plain ass socks on some plain ass white cleats.
yeah, the shoes, yeah.
Unnecessary.
like it's a feature.
Yeah.
Like it's a feature of these
Yeah.
uniforms. It is like look at these
We're going with
look at these sweet ass plain
got the
socks we're
Kohl's-
wearing.
the Kohl's special here. We're showcasing.
Weird, but yeah,
We got a really good deal. Really good deal on them.
make sure they get a pic of that.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Yeah. I mean, Costco. I mean, God, we bought so many of these socks, surplus of them. This is what we're going with.
Yeah,
These are gonna look really good.
It's weird that they.
It's a weird thing to feature in a close up for sure. Like
You know, maybe that was part of it. Maybe they're like, well, maybe no one will notice that we forgot to put the real socks in here, so let's just make it look like this is a feature. Like we really want to show this off, and people will think it's a really a feature. It'll make us look less stupid, and it looks fucking dumb.
Yeah, strange choice, but great uniforms overall.
Yeah.
Love. I mean, simple. Shoulder sleeve looks good.
Yeah.
Striped on the pants.
Grade them. Let's hear it.
Grade
A.
These are Fonzies. And give them the give. They get the A.
Yeah, I gotta give them an A. Let's give them an A. All three, triple A.
There
All
was-
right.
This is our first AAA uniform.
This is the AAA.
This is a This is a triple A. Episode 1. We already
got
did
one
it. We
AAA.
peaked.
peaked.
Our first AAA uniform. There was a rumor that they were going to keep those shiny gold helmets occasionally. I don't know if that's true. I really hope they just put those to bed and we don't see.
They won't work with this.
No.
They won't, unless they're doing shiny gold pants with it.
No, I mean they theoretically
It's
could
not
do
gonna
like the maroon jersey. Like the shiny gold helmet I don't think would work with the gold.
It's that yellow,
like
or the yellow gold that on the uniforms is just so bold.
Yeah.
Like on the uniform numbers and stuff. It just doesn't work for me.
Now, what I heard, the rumor that I heard was when they do those shiny gold helmets, that they're gonna do like a matching shiny gold sequence uniform too. So it's gonna be actual sequence, and it's gonna be really shiny. It's gonna look so cool.
Now, Jason, can you mute other people?
I might be able to. Let's see. We can't put them in free speech jail, unfortunately.
Oh well.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Can't.
Upon our nation's
you know what? I'm gonna suggest that. I think a sequence uniform. That's something that's not utilized as much as it should
I'm
be.
sure that would feel great
Or
getting
all-
tackled with sequins.
Also,
what word are you saying, Andy?
It's like chainmail.
I'm picturing
Sequins.
the game sequence. Black and white.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm hearing coming out of your mouth, not sequins.
Sequins.
Sequins. Like reflective shiny dot.
All right, we've given letter grades. Do we want to move on to Wheel of History, Andy?
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's do Wheel of History. Why don't we?
Jay, hit that music.
We don't have music yet.
There it is.
I love it. Great. What a
We'll
In post.
we'll get some music.
For our last segment, we're going to take a look at a random uniform from history. We've set up a randomizer to pick a sport, city, and year. We'll break down that team's uniform as a whole and decide if it is worth bringing back or if it should remain a relic of the past, never to be seen by human eyes again.
my.
So, Jay,
What if one of these
spin.
uniforms? Hey, let me interrupt. Sorry, I know it's our first one. I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah, go for it, Gary.
But what if we lock this thing up? This unit, we say ick, sayonara. We put this thing in a cave. We put the stone over. Days later, we see this uniform just trouncing about.
Oh, man.
And then it just ascends to heaven.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about an undead Jesus uniform.
What?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, let's do that.
No, we're getting.
We have the power to do that too, I'm sure.
Let it rip. What do we got? Hockey. Fuck, Gee, come on.
Hey, this is random, Andy. A hockey uniform from Washington, D.C.
Ooh, okay.
Oh my god. So there's not going to be a whole lot of depth in this one.
And
there won't
what
be.
year are we going to look at?
Year?
We're going to look at a hockey jersey from D.C. in 2010.
Oh, okay. Not great.
Oh my god.
Not a great first one, but let's pull it up.
Let's pull it up.
It's terrible.
The Washington Capitals. Here we go.
We call them the Caps.
God, it's a bad uniform.
But you know what?
It is a bad uniform.
It's a bad uniform. The one endearing factor is Mountain Iron's own Matt Niskanen won a Stanley Cup in that uniform.
Did they win the Cup this year? In 2010, 2011, they won the Cup?
Oh, I don't recall if they won it in that year. I'm just saying this uniform.
Oh, this because they wore this uniform over multiple seasons.
Yep. Many.
They did have 48 wins and 23 losses.
They've been a good team. They might have won the I don't know.
So 2010, 2011 season, they were first place in the Southeast Division and lost in the conference semis. Okay, cool.
Yep.
It's like
So describe this uniform for us here, Gary.
Okay. It's a pretty hideous uniform. So the Capitals, when they went after if anyone's familiar with the teal Screaming Eagle jersey from the 90s, they went back to their original color scheme, or close to the original color scheme, the red and navy. It's got the Capitals across the chest, just a word font with a hockey stick in there. It is so stupid. I love it. I love anytime a hockey team, it just puts a hockey tool in their logo, and the NBA it's like the NBA does this all the time with logos, but it's like, what is your mascot? Well, I don't nothing, but we've got a hockey stick and a hockey puck on our logo.
So what's interesting is they use the hockey stick not as an L, but as the T.
Which
that is fucking weird.
Right, which is a change from the original, I believe.
Oh no. I'm looking at the 89-90 caps, and that T is still a hockey stick.
Then that's my bad.
It's
a weird choice.
God,
it's a weird choice.
That logo is awful too. Holy cow.
Better, but because it's worse.
Jeez, it's hard to read.
Better because it's worse. So like the T, the crossing of the T, it's not a solid line. It's two dots on either side of the hockey stick part. Which,
really
when
shitty.
I was a kid, I thought those were some kind of weird umlauts the entire time.
You're talking about the early 90s one, right?
Correct.
The 90s one,
but we're getting off track here a little bit. But these are terrible jerseys. The weird side panels, the weird aproning, the weird sleeve stripes.
I don't mind the side panel. I don't mind that.
In hockey, don't want to see it. Get out.
One thing I would say here is that for one, the font, the logo font is just totally aughts. It's just completely like 2000s. This is, hey, look at us. This is cool, right? But one thing I want to say is the Washington Capitals. I mean, how you can't even fucking have a mascot. What are you going to be?
Right.
I mean, the hockey stick is the best thing.
Their alternate logo that you can kind of see on the shoulders there is an eagle with its wings spread out with a W, and then up its chest is the silhouette of the Capitol building. It's
That's
very
pretty
good.
cool.
That's
That's pretty
fine.
cool.
It's a good logo, but not a great jersey. It's one of the worst, I think. The colors are fine. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Not
hate the
a favorite.
colors. I mean, it obviously makes sense for a team from Washington D.C. to have red, white, and blue as their colors. I do wish that this uniform had more of a true blue rather than a navy blue.
Yes, like the original colors.
Like just
it's not great. It's just it's boring. I don't like the stripes on the sleeves. I don't like the side panels.
Yeah, the stripes on the sleeves is weird because it's like it's not like
in the front.
It's not a full bold stripe. It's kind of like what the like you had mentioned earlier, Andy, the Denver Broncos had like those new uniforms in like the late 90s that had like the stripe that came to a point. Do you like that? Because you brought it up as a potential option for the Vikings helmet as well. Like,
no, I don't necessarily like that.
He's just trying to pander to.
I was just saying,
to pander to his stepfather.
Yeah,
He's trying to win on Ryan's
big
love.
Broncos guy.
Next thing you know,
because he likes it.
Yeah, next thing you know, he's gonna say Pearl Jam is good.
So, are we gonna send these to hell, or are we gonna?
Here's what happens.
Jesus taking these with him, or what?
Do we send these down with hell in a handbasket, or
So
we go to heaven in a handbag?
So I will damn these to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, Jason says damn.
I'm done with them. They're gone.
Of course.
I'm send them away.
I never need to see them again.
Yeah, they suck.
So we never want to see these 2010, 2011 Washington Capitals uniforms ever again. They're gone. See you.
History.
Take that out of the randomizer wheel algorithm.
Yeah,
gone.
Yeah,
can't get that combo ever again.
Great sound effect you can.
Yeah.
The Clash.
Or toilet flush.
The toilet. The hell.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to find some sound effects for you, Jay, so you can really go nuts with the drops. I've got one more little surprise segment here at the end here. This is just kind of
Andy's surprise.
Yeah, here. So I'm gonna go down a little list here. I don't know. Maybe we can do some guessing out of this. Maybe we'll have a little bit of fun with it. But we've got some good team names here for you from 1922. NFL 1922. Okay. Yep, got some great team names. We talked about some team names before. We got some fun ones here. There were, it looks like 7 teams in the NFL in 1922.
There were 7. There was an odd number of teams, and there were 7 of them. Okay.
Yeah, we got a good 7 teams. It looks like. So in going with the spirit of where we're from here in our first episode, we did have a team. Minnesota did. It was the Minneapolis Marines.
Really?
Fun, Minneapolis Marines. Really? That was the first NFL team in Minnesota.
I've never heard of that.
They were an NFL team?
Yes. NFL.
Whoa.
We were joined by the Toledo Maroons.
So we get the Marines and the Maroons?
Color.
Always love a maroon.
Yep, just a nice color.
Love the maroon.
Yep. Toledo Maroons.
Okay.
It's great. Yep. We have all right, Hammond. You know where Hammond is?
Indiana. Northwest Indiana,
sure.
Suburb of Chicago, home of my favorite podcast, Pot of Thunder. Hammond, Indiana.
Oh, sure.
That's how I know Hammond.
Pot of Thunder,
Kiss
huh?
Played
okay.
In Hammond in 1975, 74.
How do you know that?
There's a live recording.
Look, how you know
Hammond at the Hammond.
Way too much about Hammond.
I know lots.
Okay, Gary, what NFL team played in Hammond in 1924?
Yeah,
I don't know.
22.
It's a very Polish.
Come on, you're like the Hammond historian.
It's a very Polish community, but it's also where the original, like the Christmas, a Christmas Story. That's where it had, like I think the book or whatever had originally taken place was Hammond. but then they changed it to
Really?
whatever. So there you go.
Wow, listen to fucking
wanna say-
Hammond
I wanna say
historian
know
over
all
here.
this shit about this small town.
Pot of Thunder.
The Hammond historian.
I can get a Hammond. Anyone, I can get a Hammond boy on the podcast anytime you'd like.
Oh,
I know
we can stop talking about Hammond anytime now. It would be great too. Anyway, I did not expect that to go down that rabbit hole. They're called the Hammond Pros.
Just the pros.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love the pros.
The Pros.
Like pros PROS or pros like PROSE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
It's
the-
like
the writing
English.
of
The,
pros.
yeah.
They're good.
They're great writers. The Pros, yeah. The Pros is in the professionals. Not too far away, I suppose, ish, in Dayton. This is a great one. This is maybe one of my new favorite team names. The Dayton Triangles.
Just
It's a fucking shape.
a shape.
Good one. I like it. It's a strong shape.
We've got a color and a shape.
Strong.
They
so
were
far.
super creative back in 1922.
It is a strong shape.
Yeah, we got a color and a shape. Also not far away in Columbus, we've got the Panhandles.
That doesn't
Explain
make
that
sense
one.
at
Yeah.
all.
Because, like, the famous
The famous-
panhandle of Ohio.
Yeah, in the middle of Ohio.
Yeah, the dead center of Ohio.
So
The Panhandles.
That's an NFL.
these are all the NFL teams. Like
Or-
did
Yes,
they
sir.
move to other
Or-
cities and change their names, or did they just all go defunct, or what happened to them?
Oh no, some of these teams, I mean, they all basically moved to other cities here,
Okay.
but and changed names. I will say that the Panhandles, that name only lasted just a year, because the next year they changed it to the Tigers, Columbus Tigers.
Okay.
But the next one on the list we've got from Akron. We have the Akron. Wait for it. Pros.
Oh.
No, there was two teams called the Pros.
We've got two pros. We got the Hammond Pros and the Akron Pros. That was a great matchup.
Wait,
Great matchup.
why are all
Much
these
like-
teams in Ohio?
It's the
Almost all of them, it seems like.
Well, that's where like the Hall of Fame is. Like, it must be big
I
football.
guess.
Hall of Fame,
yeah.
yeah, man. That's where this shit started, I guess. And then the last team, the NFL champions from 1922 were, and you mentioned the Canton Bulldogs.
Ooh.
Okay, that's like the best of them.
That one's-
for sure.
that's
a
legit.
legit
That
team.
is.
Bulldogs.
It is.
And I am. It's an underutilized mascot. I gotta say. But also
It is. It's a good one.
weren't okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan. I'm on board. Were the Duluth Bulldogs like an NFL team?
That was the Eskimos. But I will say on that note, we've got, the University of Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs here in Minnesota. The following year, I just wrote down 3 of these because I thought they were worth mentioning. Was Duluth had a team in 1923 called the Duluth Kellys.
Duluth Kellys.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Kelleys. Yep. The Kellys. St. Louis came in hot with the All Stars.
Oh.
St. Louis All Stars. They just went with.
They're just like.
Well, they
Yeah,
should have
like I
went with
said-
the Pros, because that was really.
Well, they should. I know.
They won up.
They
wanted
they
to
should
one
have,
up pros.
but they wanted. They're going All Stars. And like I said, Columbus switched from the Panhandles to the Tigers, and then Cleveland came in hot too, just going with the Indians. They decided
They just went for it.
to have their NFL team be the Cleveland Indians. They loved it so much they later changed their baseball team to the Cleveland
And
Indians.
now they're the Guardians of Traffic. So
Guardians of Traffic. Oh,
That's the
God.
stupidest name.
Oh,
But yeah, that's what
good
I got
job,
for
Andy.
you. For
That,
the
that was a fun
1922
little
and 23.
detour down memory lane.
that
I
was
love it.
solid.
All right.
Happy to do that.
Well, boys, we did it. We've done our first episode. It's been a journey.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, hope we didn't suck too bad.
I hope so. I hope it's fine. I think we did good.
It'll be fine
So-
enough. This is a learning.
It'll be fine enough for our first episode,
I mean,
and
We'll have 3 listens this week.
we'll
us
guarantee
3.
3
2.
listens. So if we get more than 3, I think we'll count that as a
Something's working.
success.
yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
You
Here's
know,
my closing thought. We need more teams. We need more teams that just call themselves the pros.
I'm with you there. And more like landmass named teams that don't fit where they actually are, like
Panhandles.
you have like the panhandles, the peninsulas, or you could have
the Lakers. We have the Lakers,
stuff like that.
Yeah, the Lakers are a perfect
Lakers,
example of that. There aren't any lakes in LA.
That's true.
No.
And more shapes too. Shape teams. Yeah, the ovals. I mean, that'd be great.
A rhombus.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, the rhombus. I like that one.
It. It's a diamond shape.
I do. Let's do it. Now a rhombus. No, that's a diamond, isn't it?
No, is that a rhombus? Is that a rhombus?
Is it a rhombus or a diamond?
No, wait. Oh, this is stupid. Okay. All right. That's all, folks. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in
To Uni-Versed.